Hello and welcome to my review of the Genestealer Cults Nexos model. This guy will set you back £15, which is the same as all of the other character models in the Genestealer Cults range. As always, I'll go through the model, look at the detail and things, show you some size comparisons, and then we'll go through the full rules. Thank you very much for your patience waiting for this review. I'm trying to put out all of the Genestealer Cults reviews on a daily basis, trying to cover them as quickly as possible, which does mean that a few of the other videos like the Space Marine Heroes, the Blackstone Fortress, Rogue Trader, Kill Team, and the Orc videos and the WH40K Conquest videos are all put on the back burner because these new releases take precedence. They take front and centre. He's an odd model, very grumpy. If you can see there, look at his face. Look, he's not very happy at all. He's got his walkie-talkie, I think. He's a difficult model to build, I want to say, because the base is a 40mm base, so it's bigger than the 32mm bases on the present on the other characters. This kind of holographic display is connected via this cabling underneath, which isn't that sturdy, but also it's connected by his left hand. His left hand is kind of part of the display, and you just glue the left hand to his left arm. The detail is pretty good. You've got Games Workshop HQ there, if you recognise the sort of blueprint. I don't know whether this is the first time we've seen kind of like a hololithic or holographic display from Games Workshop's models, but it's really cool. I'd definitely like to see more of this, especially in new Astra Militarum models, maybe even some kind of support unit for Sisters of Battle, or Space Marines. You could have a Space Marine in power armour, like a Master of Marches, Master of Rites, or something. Perusing over one of these hololithic displays. Anyway, he's got his walkie-talkie and he's got this loop antenna. He's resplendent in his Genestealer Cult attire and armour. You've got a little Genestealer Cult symbol there. You've got this kind of, it looks like a power cell that you can just take out and put another one in, so it's kind of like a portable display. Pretty cool. He's got his auto pistol, I think it is, and this, which might be either a scroll or a monoscope, I can't really see very well, and that's about it. So he is a strange model in that he's gonna overlap the base whichever way you kind of mount him. There's no way of kind of changing that, just the way his hand glues to the display, and also how round and big the display is. So he's going to overlap the base, which isn't that bad, but you are going to get some gaps here and here, so it might be worth, if you've got some ammo casings or some accessories and things, you could just fill the base up with those, or even you could get some Necromunda tiles or cityscape kind of floor panels to put them on, to show that he's not just out in the open anyway. He's in a city bit terrain. Anyway, that's the model. Quite straightforward to build, other than getting the hand right and the display right. Let's have a look at some size comparisons. So compared to other models in the Genestealer Cult range, comparing him to the Clamavus, he is, I want to say the same size, because Clamavus, he is outstretched and he's standing on a book, so they're very similar in size, and they go quite well together, in like a similar kind of group. Compared to the Biophagus, which is on the smallest base, I don't know why they put him on the 25mm base, but they have. But compared to the Biophagus, he is, again, same height. Biophagus has got a bit more presence because of this big old rod thing, the staff. But then compared to the Magus, he is a fair bit smaller than the Magus, because she's got a lot of presence, and she's very tall for her model. So they're the sort of size comparisons with a few of the other models in the range. Let's just show you them compared to some Imperial models. This, in particular, the Space Marines. We've got a normal standard Space Marine here, which does dwarf. I say dwarf. He Definitely taller than the Genestealer Cult Nexus model. You know, and a few of these around him definitely going to, you know, dwarf him a bit more compared to the Primaris. Primaris definitely is a lot taller than this Nexus model. So there you go. I hope that size comparison helps. I like to do it in all the videos. So this is my part of the review where I will go through all of the rules for the Genestealer Cult Nexus. You'll find them in your Elite section in your 8th edition Warhammer 40,000 Codex. He's a power points cost of 3 and a points cost of 50, which means he's, other than the Biophagus and the Locus, he's actually one of the cheapest you know, single character elite choices. His movement speed is 6 inches, similar to all the Genestealer Cult models. His weapon skill and ballistic skill 3+, that's very commendable. His strength is 3, toughness is 3, he's got 4 wounds, 3 attacks, leadership 8 and a save of 5+. That's exactly the same stat line as the Biophagus. So, you know, these kind of similar sized units, stature-wise, have got, you know, the same stat line. He is a single model armed with an auto pistol. Everyone knows auto pistols are free. The weapon profile is a range of 12 inches, pistol 1, strength 3, AP 0 and a damage of 1. His abilities, he's got Cult Ambush and Questioning Loyalty. He's also got Strategic Coordinator. This is the main reason why you'd get him. You pay your 50 points for him. After this model has been set up on the battlefield, you can select one of your ambush markers that is on the battlefield and remove it before setting it up again anywhere that is wholly within your deployment zone and more than 12 inches from any enemy models. That's pretty good. So you can just take the ambush marker and remove it and then set it up again. In addition, if your army is battle forged, roll 1d6 each time either player spends a command point to use a stratagem whilst any Nexus from your army are on the battlefield. If it was a command point you spent, and there is at least 1 Cult Primus and 1 Cult Nexus from your army on the battlefield, add 1 to the result. If it was a command point your opponent spent, and there is at least 1 Clamavus and 1 Nexus from your army on the battlefield, add 1 to the result. In either case, if the result is 6+, you immediately gain 1 command point. So that's pretty good. When you're spending command points, you're getting 1 depending on what you've got on the battlefield, and also you add 1 when your opponent spends a command point. So that's pretty good. That'll mess with your opponent's head a little bit. Keywords is Tyranids, Genestealer Cults, Infantry, Character and Nexus. So there you go. Not the best unit. The main reason why you get him is the ambush markers and also the command points, only if it's battle forged though. But the rest of his start line is pretty straightforward. He doesn't have a close combat weapon. He's going to be very mushy if you manage to find him and take him out in close combat. He's going to die quite quickly, so you want to hide him somewhere on the battlefield away from everything and just help him buff those command points each time 1 is spent. So he'll be quite useful when you're using him as you go along through the game. And that's everything I wanted to say about the Genestealer Cult Nexus model. I think he's a cool looking model. I want to see more models like this, particularly in Astra Militarum and Sisters of Battle. That'd be great to see them. Anyway, what do you guys think? Put it in the comments below as always. Be great to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. For the Norn Queen.